इमेजिन एन ओवरथिंकर्स लाइफ. हम एनीवे अपनी लाइफ को इतना ज़्यादा कॉम्प्लिकेट कर देते हैं. उसने ऐसा क्यों बोला, उसने ऐसा क्यों नहीं बोला, उसने ऐसा क्यों किया, उसने ऐसा क्यों नहीं किया. एंड देन व्हेन समथिंग एम्बैरेसिंग हैपन्स विद अस, वी एंटर अ पीरियड ऑफ वॉर इन आवर हेड. और जब तक वो एम्बैरेसमेंट हमारी बॉडी से निकल नहीं जाती है ना, वी कीप ओवर थिंकिंग अबाउट दैट सेम थिंग ओवर एंड ओवर अगेन, बिकॉज देयर इज नथिंग यू कैन डू अबाउट इट. It's happened, and now all you can do is like, why did that happen? How could I have avoided it? And it's such an unsettling feeling. Like the moment मेरे साथ कुछ embarrassing होता है, my organs start dancing. All my organs start dancing together. And on some nights you cannot fall asleep because you're constantly thinking about that embarrassing situation. Or some days you just wake up like at 3 a.m. in the morning thinking about that embarrassing situation. And for me personally, as an overthinker, I've just found it so difficult to deal with embarrassing situations. I think people who are more conscious about what people think about them, people who just in general are overthinkers, get affected by embarrassing situations more easily. I am so jealous of people who are like, ठीक है यार, हो गया तो हो गया, like who cares, whatever. Like some people don't even realize कि उनके साथ कुछ embarrassing हुआ है. And honestly, I'm low-key jealous of these people because how does it feel to be so lucky? See, for me, the moment I realized that I am an extreme overthinker, I also realized that ये I don't care वाला attitude तो मेरे अंदर नहीं आ पाएगा. So I have, over the course of these few years, learned to deal with embarrassing situations better. And there are some things that I keep reminding myself of whenever something embarrassing happens with me. And those reminders are exactly what I'm going to be sharing with you guys today. Hi guys, my name is Oshin. Welcome to Overthinking This. This is a podcast for all overthinkers, and today we're talking about embarrassing situations and more so how to deal with them. Number 1, don't tell everyone about it unless and until you have healed from the situation. I don't know why this happens, but the moment something embarrassing happens with us, we have this urge to tell everyone about it. We just want to like call up people and tell them like, you know what happened with me, like something so funny happened with me. हमसे क्यों ये चीज़ें अपने अंदर नहीं रखी जाती है? Why do we turn into oversharers the moment something embarrassing happens with us? I think part of it happens because you're trying to seek validation from the outside world. Like you want to tell someone about it and then let them say something that will help you feel better. But the truth is, a lot of times people are not seeing that situation the way you're seeing it. Like कई लोगों के लिए तो वो इतनी serious चीज़ हो भी ना. So until and unless you've not completely healed from it, या फिर तुमने वो phase नहीं enter कर लिया where you're like, okay, I don't care about it anymore. Don't tell everyone about it because they might say something that might offend you, and then you'll feel even more hurt. And there might also be people जो तुम्हारा शायद मजाक उड़ाए because you went through like an embarrassing situation or whatever. But इस रूल में भी एक छोटा सा exception है. You can talk to people about it that you know will say what you want to hear or will comfort you or know you very well. So if I go through an embarrassing situation, I'll either tell a partner about it or my mother. I usually call my mother when I go through something embarrassing. I don't know why. Or I'll call my best friend because I know these people, like they understand who I am, how I am. They understand how easily I get awkward about certain things. So if I'm calling them, I know that they'll hear me out without judgment. So if you are surrounded with people like this, amazing. These are the only people you should be telling about it. But people who don't know don't need to know. Journal about it, write about it, laugh about it, but for some time, keep it to yourself. Number 2, learn the lesson. Sometimes something embarrassing probably happens because something went wrong at your end, and that's fine. Like you don't have to be too hard on yourself. Sometimes we are just feeling embarrassed because we're too hard on ourselves. और मेरे साथ ऐसा तब होता है when I say something I never meant to say. Like I say something that's embarrassing or cringy, or like I said something that I later realized perhaps hurt someone. And if that happens, you can always like apologize to them. That helps you feel better. But that happens a lot of times where something embarrassing happens with me and I'm like, I could have avoided that, and that's a lesson for next time. Number 3, you will laugh about it in some time. Few days later, a few months later, maybe a year or 2 later, you will laugh about it. It will become like an anecdote that you tell people just for fun. Till then, you have all rights to cry about it, to get angry, to get pissed, but just remember that in some time it will not pinch you as much as it's pinching you right now. When it comes to embarrassing situations, the one thing we all overthink about is, what will they think of me? They're going to make fun of me. I embarrassed myself in front of these people. See, 1, if you said something to someone or did something to someone that you're embarrassed about, talk to that person directly. Apologize to them, right? Like say sorry to them. Do not at any cost, in any situation, make jokes around it for fun. And like make poor jokes about it. That's not the way to go about it. Later you can own it up, but don't make like vague jokes just to test the waters कि लोगों को याद है कि नहीं. Also, don't bring it up in situations where it's not needed. If yesterday in a meeting you said something embarrassing, whatever, it's done, don't bring it up the next day. I'm like, do you guys remember when I said that? It's okay, girl. Chill. Like, nobody remembers. Also, people don't care as much. Nobody's thinking about you as much as you're thinking about yourself. And the next time you meet them, they're not going to be like, oh my god, it's the same person who did that embarrassing thing. Nobody does that. And if someone does that, if someone brings up something embarrassing that happened to you or happened with you, we need to keep our distance from such people. Don't act like a victim. If someone's making fun of you for something embarrassing that happened to you, don't act like you need to enter your bad energy a little bit, okay? I think now it would be only fair for me to tell you about things that I have been embarrassed about. Now I cannot remember a lot of those things, which is again your sign that you will not remember these things forever. But there have been moments where I've said something out loud that I regretted. There have been moments where I feel like I acted out of character or like whatever. Sometimes I feel like I did that. Maybe I ruined my image in front of other people. And now I'm like, listen, why am I giving it so much thought? But let me tell you about one embarrassing incident. So at this one place that I interned at, right, there was a canteen and there was something wrong with the chairs. Or maybe there was something wrong with the way I sat. One day, I sat one of those chairs and it started slipping backwards and I started sinking, like I started falling down. But luckily, there was a wall behind me, so it was sort of like a weird situation where I was saved and the fall wasn't really bad. That happened once and nobody saw it except my friend, whatever, right? Chill. You would have thought that I learnt my lesson. I did not. The second time, mind you, I'm wearing white sneakers, white shirt. I sit with a cup of tea in my hand and this chair slips and I fall right to the ground. This time, everyone sees me. Everyone saw me fall at the canteen while sitting on a chair. Have I been scared of chairs since then? Maybe. But I could just not explain why that happened. It was just something so weird that the moment I sat in the chair, it would just slip and go back and I would fall to the ground. And that happened to me. That day, I was so upset and embarrassed. My friend was there, whatever, like I spoke to her about it. I called my mother and I told her about it. And it took me some days to get over it. But listen, now I'm completely okay with it. In fact, I joke about it. I am telling you guys about it. I am literally putting this out in the internet, so I'm completely over it. That's when I learned the lessons of, number one, I don't think anyone there would be like, oh, remember she fell in the canteen. Even if they do, like, who cares? Nobody since then has ever brought it up to me and be like, do you remember when you fell in the canteen? Nobody said that to me. Nobody did. And even if they think about it and laugh about it amongst themselves, like, great, you guys have something to laugh about. I made you laugh. But yeah, that's one situation that I could think of and I thought it would be fun to tell you guys about it. Now, if you guys feel like it, you can DM me some embarrassing situations that happened with you that now you guys laugh about. But only if you guys feel like it. I will not pressurize you into DMing me embarrassing situations about yourself. However, something that I would slightly pressurize you guys about is DMing me your reviews of the episode or the podcast. I absolutely love reading your reviews. Please like the video, please comment, please subscribe. If you're listening on Spotify, please follow, leave 5 stars, and to interact more and to keep in touch outside the podcast, you guys can also follow me on Instagram. You can follow the podcast on Instagram. The next time something embarrassing happens with you, think of me and come right back to this episode. Thank you so much for listening. I will see you guys super soon. Chalo. Bye.